Welcome to Mitsumaru City. In my last episode, I built these two wonderful houses, and in this episode, I'm going to extend the river system somewhat and make sure I can have enough space to have a little bridge for my street. Here is the mod list for what I'm using in the city, and I'm also using these resource packs. They're all available in the description. The plan today is to build myself a wonderful bakery here in Mitsumaru City. I'm currently building a bridge all the way across this river system using the ramps available on the Yuushya mod. For that, I'm also using marble stairs on the side, and then I'm going to put the road markings in, which are basically white and yellow. Once that bridge is complete, I'm going to add a little alleyway here so I can have a bakery right in the middle there. It's a very simple side street that's going to allow access to another type of bridge that I'm going to build later on. I want to have plenty of basic road markings here. I don't know whether to have a double yellow line or not. It's a very difficult decision to make because I kind of want to keep all of the road systems similar to the previous stuff. It's got to look the same, you know? I have that little white bit there to act as an area where cars can't go. Here is the second bridge. I'm going to make a wooden bridge that people can cross on foot. I used the blue wall to basically allow me to put in the trapdoors. Here is a mini tutorial on how to use the GUI tool to cover those gaps in the corners. You have to turn the block into an entity, hold the trapdoor in your offhand and then replace it. Then you can put it where you want. You basically rotate it a bit, then you bring it back on the Z-axis and then across on the X-axis and it fits snug. Now I have a nice wooden walkway. Doesn't that look fancy? I also add a couple of trees and then add a little car parking space to the side of the bakery for the owner or the employee. Now I work on the foundations of the building. I'm using worn concrete from the Yuushya mod, just like the houses, but it's a cream colour this time, and it's going to be quite an interesting building. I found these wooden blocks on the Cocricot mod, and I thought they would look absolutely fancy for the side of the building, so I added them all around to make it look like a traditional, oldie-worldy style bakery. It's quite a high-end bakery, this one, it's not cheap. I added the roof and then put an AC unit on the outside and the inside, and now we can decorate the bakery using the Cocricot stuff. There's lots and lots of bread choices here, and I really think they're beautiful. I changed the carpets to be white. I think that's a better colour than that dull brown. And then I added lots of shelving units and a place for the cash register. There's lots and lots of bread choices here. There's cookie jars, there's a basket if you want to buy stuff, a little computer there for the manager, and a bunch of QR codes and cakes all around this wonderful bakery. It's a really interesting design. I like to have a trapdoor so you can access it. I just shift the QR code up real quick, and then I think about adding one of these little cake stands in the corner. A couple of cakes available, brilliant. I also add a sink so they can wash their hands, and then put some brown bags and paper things all around. I add a few posters on the wall, make sure they're nice and high, put a few candy wrappers up, and then start putting little pictures up that would represent the bakery. I also add some radiators, make sure I have a ventilation system, and then put in the lights. The final touch for this bakery will be the sign on the outside. Again, I like to have what it is on the outside, no words, I just want to have things. Around the side of the bakery, I want to have a little utility space for trash, and then the electrical boxes and other things that won't be displayed in the shop. It's got to be clean in there, don't forget. I add one of those iron gates, it looks really good. And I put a bunch of bins there with a load of trash, old packages and boxes that have been discarded from the bakery. And of course, don't forget, I want fireflies as well. That always adds a nice ambient to the area. Add a couple more bins on the outside and stick a vent on the top. Now my bakery is almost complete. Round the side, near the wooden footbridge, I build a little park bench area. On the outside of the bakery, I add a few things, and the final touches are some plants on the inside. If you've liked this video, subscribe, send me a comment. I'm Cocricot, welcome to Mitsumaru City.